Mama wakwaba midi ede adwoa search him mesrel na wa subscribe to my channel me notification bell no so for more news. Bolga Central ena East 4 eno mo ekase no mo se mo keina ne se eya oman penida da John Dramani Mahama se opese 2024 abato no omoto mane dia ene uncle back to Tracey Boache ena Mzbel ho enkoje V8 cars or the momo anyesa 2024 de don't forget enya do binya ababia efi anase vote bia efi Bolga Central and East na adofo ensem we ekoso e wabra oman penida da John Dramani Mahama eye ne campaign to ordinary ekopiem ewo ho na owie no oposti e woni Twitter page na ho eno de sa comment e bai na adofo ansa na me de ensem a omo kan no yenje ensem no emu enhye mu kakra yenye nim so oman penida da John Dramani Mahama e prese obabetu Frank Adiama NDC amayoku no Saturday ya e na omo eto omo aba no omo primaries no Saturday ya na omo de ehye so na eye clear we be say eye obvious enim da was TV3 no say oman penida da John Dramani Mahama e na oba na ne campaign to no na me de ayampe akra ototo nsem akese na Bolga Central e na East ordinary ekopie mu won nsem o kan le say omo beye polling agents no ya de omo beda mema no mo nda na so omo dinkan etimi e de omo vote anasa omo tumi kan omo vote no mo e present in the first say ni pakọ no obenya achede ene oman penida da 2024 nani abre anya ade a obeda kra ti say de obi koda wo yisi ne bo yisi ne officer yisi boss do ne officer okono miti a ekopie mu court okokan wo ho no openda da John Dramani Mahama se afide ataya na eko nyado obi abeda na oposti sa eye tono e woni Twitter page no e na Bolga Central na East for comment na do yenti ensema omoka e de ekre oman penida da John Dramani Mahama we ekre say you have to start visiting the churches and give them gifts to convince them seriously or will not go well for you in 2024. And I went so Frank Jemfi and our church said you have nothing better to offer us. And I went so omnipotent sax. Okay. And our church said Mzbel and Tracey Boache V8. Till V8 ni de. A man from Tiasa cry. Nti omo akacha wan penida John Dramani Mahama do poto ni page ase a omo ekre say V8 car ne de cars ma to ma Tracey Boache na Mzbel onko je bra because that so omo ya onko we departing dey chia ya adwuma won da ka mu obi tini be bi wa to car che no but e ya alleged me de menim say omo penida John Dramani Mahama atoka de am obi dia me de mintimi enche but Bolga Central na East for no de sa comment Abba direct e woman penida da John Dramani Mahama ni post ase omo e kan a kire no.
And they use it to pay contractors, they use it to pay salaries, use it to pay for the bonds that were maturing. And every student of economics knows that when you have too much money in the system chasing too few goods, then you have inflation. And that's why inflation has kept rising and rising to almost 50-something%. And so, managing an economy is not rocket science. It just needs common sense. It's like running your family budget. It's like running your family budget. Every year, you look at how much you have spent. Are you spending more than you are earning? If you are spending more than you are earning, then you have a deficit. And if there's a deficit, you must find money to finance the deficit. And so, if you want your economy to balance, you have to cut expenditure. And so if you are drinking 12 bottles of beer a week, you have to reduce it so that you can save some money so that your revenue and your expenditure will balance. If you have only one job and the money is not enough, you either take a second job or you add some small enterprise that you can manage, like a poultry farm, or you can help your wife to do a bakery so that some extra income will come so that your revenue and your expenditure will balance. That is the economy for you. After Oforiatta took this economy, every year international capital market. He goes and borrows $3 billion, $4 billion. And these people told him, I don't go and co. Ayine and co. They told him, they said, look, the rate at which you are borrowing is going to come to a time you will not be able to pay these debts. And they said we should just shut up. Today, the reality has caught up with them. We're going around the whole world begging them to forgive us our debts. And at the time, we knew the economy was in trouble. We told them the economy is in trouble. And so you better go to the IMF to get some help. We will not go to the IMF today. We won't go tomorrow. We won't go as long as MPP is in power. They say it's only lazy governments that go to the IMF. And the finance minister said, we won't go to the IMF because Ghana has the resources to be able to stand on its own feet. And I remember that time, economics professor, Bokpin said, you either go to the IMF walking on your own feet, or you'll be carried to the IMF in an ambulance. And truly today, they are not even in an ambulance, they are on a stretcher, knocking on the door of the IMF. We'll get board approval in March, the president announced. No, we'll get in April. No, we'll get in May. I'm telling you, it's not coming in May. IMF board approval is going to come at the end of the second quarter or beginning of the third quarter. And so they should tell the people the truth. But it looks like this tradition just is one of deceiving the people all the time. Like they did in 2016, said we were the incompetent ones and that we don't know how to manage an economy. Look at what they've done to this economy. They've destroyed it. And then they always do not accept responsibility for anything. It's either Mahama did this, Mahama did that. Anytime there's any problem, Mahama. Then when they saw that people were not listening to Mahama again, oh, COVID-19. And then when they saw Ghanaians were not listening to them again, Russia-Ukraine war. Just accept the truth that you borrowed too much, and you didn't borrow for production, you borrowed for consumption. You are using the money to finance the budget, and so you have nothing to show for it. All the infrastructure work we're doing in the Upper East, the E-blocks, the schools, the hospitals, the electricity, the water, the roads, everything has come to a standstill. They've taken the GET fund, gone and mortgaged it, and collected the money.